Have you ever wondered why seemingly well-off or even rich people continue to work until they're 65 years old? Surely these affluent people have enough money to retire. Have you considered what you would do if you didn't have enough money to retire either? These are really important questions to ask. Maybe thinking about the future scares you, but it doesn't have to. The reason so many people have to work until they can't any longer is because they're making crucial money mistakes which prevent them from reaching financial freedom. Let's find out what these mistakes are so that you don't make the same mistakes and you don't need to waste the best years of your life working. Mistake number 1. The first mistake which I see people make all the time, both rich and poor people, is spending way too much money on cars. Whether you're buying on finance with extortionate interest payments, or if you're a cash buyer getting a brand new car, there is a huge possibility that you're wasting money. I understand that it's nice to have a brand new, flashy car with all the added extras, but this financial mistake could be costing you your future. Think about where you'd be in 10 years if you were investing that $500 per month instead of spending it. The opportunity cost is enormous. On top of this, you have less money to put towards other things, and you may be in real trouble if an emergency arises. You'll also be restricted when it comes to getting a mortgage for a home, as the bank will see that you have high monthly commitments, so lending to you is riskier. Always shop around, look at used cars that will fulfill your needs, and remember, if you can't afford to buy it twice, then you probably can't afford it. Mistake number 2. Spending too much money on a house, or paying too big of a down payment on it. On a similar note to overspending on cars, many people simply buy more house than they can afford to. There's a huge temptation to try and keep up with people you see on social media, and you think that this means you need a home which costs 10 times your annual salary. This is a big mistake which results in massive mortgage repayments and keeps people poor, as all their money goes towards the home and leaves little money remaining for saving, investing, or to cover emergencies. This can lead people into debt to cover other expenses, and can even lead to defaulting on the home, which was a main feature of the 2008 financial crisis. On the other hand, putting too big of a down payment on your house can also be a mistake. One of the reasons real estate is such a powerful investment is that it gives you easy access to leverage. By putting down a large deposit, you're lowering this leverage and restricting the percentage gain you can return on your investment. Mistake number 3. Thinking saving will make you rich. Once you've established your life as an adult with a well-paid job and a partner with similar financial goals, it's easy to think that your work is done. People fall into the trap of simply saving a small amount of money each month without ever investing it or putting it to work for them. This leads to your savings being eaten away at by inflation, so your money is worth less when you come to use it. When your time comes to retire, things will be so expensive that you'll be shocked when you try to survive using your savings. Make sure to make your money work for you. Whether this is via high-yield savings accounts, bonds, or stocks and shares, there is something to suit all risk appetites, and there is no excuse for letting your money waste away. Mistake number 4. Getting married and having children when you're too young. Weddings are expensive. Children are even more expensive. Compound interest takes time to work. So what happens when you spend all of your money on a wedding and starting a family when you're too young? Your money simply doesn't have time to grow. If you get married and have kids when you're young, it's likely that your financial commitments will only grow, and your monthly savings and investments will only shrink. The money you could have saved and put to work during your 20s will instead be gone much quicker than you would have thought possible. If you save and invest wisely through your 20s, and wait until your 30s to start a family, your savings will have amassed over 10 years of compound interest for you to fall back on. You'll also be much more mature and in control of your own finances, so it's more likely you'll continue to save and invest even after you have children. and less likely that you'll overspend on your wedding. The average cost of a wedding in the US in 2021 was $28,000. Some people don't even make that much in a year. Mistake number 5. Lifestyle inflation. This is also known as lifestyle creep. This is a huge wealth killer when it comes to the middle class. People work hard all year and get pay rises or promotions, only to spend all of the extra money on material possessions and non-essential items. It's easy to think that you need to treat yourself to an expensive watch or a new car when you get a promotion. But this is the mindset which will keep you working a 9-to-5 job until the day you hit 65, or even older. Make a habit of trying to keep your living costs roughly the same each month or each year, even after a big pay rise. Use the extra income to fuel your savings and investments for the future, so you don't have to worry about being able to afford to retire and being left behind. Start thinking of all unnecessary expenses in terms of compound interest. Train yourself to think, if I had invested this extra $1,000 instead of getting the upgrade on my car, what would that be worth in 20 years' time if it grew at 10% per year? You'll quickly stop wasting money when you realize what it could have been worth further down the line. Mistake number 6. Thinking a full-time job is the only option. This is really common amongst our parents' generation, and it really isn't their fault. When they were growing up, the only option was to get a full-time job and work for their whole lives. This mindset is ingrained and passed down through generations, but it's just no longer true. There are countless different ways to earn a living now, and you shouldn't feel restricted by what society or your family considers to be a real job. There are people earning way more than our parents ever did, working purely online from wherever they want. In fact, many people even build multiple sources of passive income and never have to work a normal job again in their lives. If you can find ways to make income passively, remotely, or even by doing something that you love, take that opportunity and build your way out of the rat race. Mistake number 7. Not learning about personal finance. There are so many free videos, books, and courses available online to watch at your own leisure. There really is no excuse at all for not learning about personal finance. This can save you thousands in fees you might otherwise spend on a financial advisor or other professional who is only interested in their own profits. Use the information available to you and start building your path to financial freedom. One of these free sources of information which you can use is this YouTube channel. All of this information is for free, and we also have a blog which is linked in the description. If you find this content useful, please subscribe to the channel and read the blog. Thanks for watching.